Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I call to order the Design Review Board for November 16, 2021. The first item on the agenda are the minutes of November 2nd. Do we have any questions, any corrections? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve. Do I have that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. And the next item on our agenda for today is the Historic District. It's 90 Pantago Road. Is the applicant present?
Yeah. Go on ahead, John.
Good
Hi.
morning. Good morning. Okay, can you please explain what you'd like to do?
Well, we'd like to put a picket fence right along the property boundary facing Pantago Road. And
Right.
probably hydrangeas behind that, if we can get them to bloom in that shade. That's the plan. It's a 2-inch square picket, very much like this one is directly across the street from us. Just a conventional picket fence.
Okay, and what will it be? What's the composition of the fence? What will it be made out of?
It's cedar.
Cedar. And how high
Yeah.
will it be, John?
4 feet.
4
The
feet
post
high.
will be 4
And-
feet. The post will go 4'6", but the pickets will be 4 feet.
Okay, thank you so much. And Billy Hayjack, or do you have any questions, or Historic District?
No, that's what's described is consistent with the design guidelines for the historic district. So I have no questions or concerns with it.
Okay, and any other questions?
I have a question
Tom?
in the,
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Kristen?
Well, that's all right.
Yes.
in the description, you mentioned that with the setbacks, it's going to be further setback than the adjacent properties. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is. They sort of are out under the, I don't know if you got the survey there. They're sort of closer out to the power lines. So we're going to be back from that, which I don't mind at all, but it will be back.
I mean, does that going to look funny? Billy, do you think that's, going to look odd having all other fencing closer to the road and then they're fencing back from it?
I looked at the site. It wasn't easy for me to tell if this is, as long as you follow your property line. I honestly, I think that's probably the best bet. If other fences exist, it's possible that they're not on their property line, and we have to look at those to see whether or not they extend into the road right of way, which would not be permissible. That might be the case here.
Okay.
So I would just
Right.
suggest that it be installed on your property line.
That's exactly what I'd like to do. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Tom Parado, your input on this application?
Thank you, Robert. No, I think it looks
Good morning,
okay as
Tom.
presented.
Okay.
I'm assuming is it, not that it really is my purview, but is it a natural cedar, or it's unpainted, or is it white?
It's natural cedar right
Natural
now.
cedar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
curious. Thank you.
Okay. If there aren't any other questions or any other comments, I would entertain a motion to
I have
approve
a
this
quick-
application. Oh, I'm
I have a
sorry.
quick question.
Amy, go ahead. ahead.
He's mentioning that there'll be solar lanterns installed on the posts.
Yeah,
And-
not up high. Yeah. I would like to just put them, just to mark them, they would actually hang down from the posts. I don't actually even have to have them. If you'd rather I didn't, I don't have to put them on. I just thought it would be nice to have them out there.
Oh, okay, then why don't we do something like this? We'll go ahead and move on the application for the fencing. And John, why don't you do this? If you want to install these lanterns, maybe you could just send a picture to Pam, and so she'll distribute it to us so we know exactly the dimensions of it and what it looks like. How is that?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
as I say, I can omit it altogether if that's preferable, but whatever. Either way is fine.
Yeah, I think the only thing-
lights were only on the gate, correct? Just for the gate
Yeah,
posts?
they're on the gate posts. They wouldn't, I don't plan to put them on top because then they would stand up very high. I'd actually have them
No.
hanging down from, so they'd just be on the face of the posts.
Okay. Would they be traditional and
Yeah,
as far
yeah,
as?
absolutely.
the-
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Any questions? Any other questions?
No,
Okay. Good morning, Cheryl. Any questions
morning.
you may have? Good morning, Cheryl. Okay, so if there aren't any other questions, do I have a motion to approve the application?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll
All in
second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all. Thank you. And thank you, John Ward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys, so
okay.
much.
Thank you, Don.
You're welcome. The next applicant is Ralph Lauren, 3133 Main Street. The applicant is not present, but it's a simple application for 2 wine barrels left and right of the property there, the doorway, and you all received a picture from Pam. It's 18 inches tall by 27 inches in diameter. Billy, what are your thoughts on this?
Actually, haven't seen, I
Really?
didn't get a chance to look at the sketch that was provided.
Okay.
So I have to take a look
Tom?
at it.
Okay, Tom,
Thank you. I think
Alvarado.
they're just basic whiskey barrels that look like.
yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, I didn't really have any objection.
yeah.
So
And I
how-
believe they've had it, go ahead, I'm sorry.
They've had it before?
Yes,
No, I was just wondering how long there is the application just for the holiday season or what the time frame is on this?
Pam, do you have any input on that?
the applicant didn't say, but if you want to, say January 15th, they're pretty good about, moving out their old and putting in the new. Like they have
Yes.
planters now,
Yes.
which will be removed and these whiskey barrels will be put in.
Yeah,
Those-
What would be planted in those barrels?
Christmas trees,
Christmas trees?
yeah.
It's a lighted
Yeah.
tree, they're lighted trees from
Right.
the grass.
Do they have a height limit on those outside barrels?
Well, they're 18 inches tall, which is still, isn't that still within the spec? They're
Yes.
wider than they're supposed to be.
Yeah, 3 feet
No,
is the
no,
maximum height for a planter.
Yeah, 3 feet, 36 inches. And I believe that they have done that before in years past with as I remember, the whiskey barrels, the wine barrels.
they have.
They have. So they're just decorating for Christmas. They're very good about removing things. We've never had a problem with them. So other than that, are there any objections or comments?
No, not for me.
Okay.
No.
If not, then I would entertain a motion to approve the 2 wine barrels or whiskey barrels.
Are we approving it with a date for removal or just leaving it up to them?
Um,
You could
What-
put a
Pam,
date
what
in
is-
there. Put a date
Yeah,
in there,
what-
that's fine.
Why don't we make that date January 15th to be removed? Okay,
Yes, that's good.
Good.
What's that?
Okay, any other questions? If not, then I would entertain a motion to approve this application.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Kristen. Any, do I have a second?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
I'll
second it.
second.
Cool. Cool.
Okay, thank you. And all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you all for that. And our next application is 55 Main Street. Barbara Teeny. Can you just describe what you'd like to do there?
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. So this is part of the ongoing, I guess we'll call it redevelopment of that site where last year, if you all remember, which probably didn't come under a design review plan, but we upgraded the septic system to one of the new IA systems as per the request of the village. So this is in the continuing now, we're taking it to the next phase. So we have, we're moving forward with that plan to put in, I'm calling it a cafe. It's a small wet use. It's not a restaurant. We do not have a restaurant situation there. So we are just going to redesign the exterior of the building. And I'm sure you have all the plans in front of you. And to give a quick explanation, the way I described that property and starting from the Roy Deshan lot and walking towards Main Street, that formerly was 4 individual units. And I named them units number 1, 2, 3, and 4 as we progress towards Main Street, just to give you a sense of what I'm about to say. So we are going to redesign the entranceway for units 1 and 2. The existing doors are going to be replaced with fixed glass, which will be almost an exact replica of what's there now, except that it will be a glass window as opposed to a glass door, you know, as it won't be functioning, obviously. And then we are going to put a double door in the middle between units 1 and 2, and that will serve as the entranceway for the property. The only other change will be a window that will be between units 2 and 3, and everything else will remain as such. All of the new windows and the new doors will conform to the exact same style as what's currently there in the building. So I would think within a week or 2 of it being there, nobody will probably ever even notice that it was changed, because it's going to look, you know, for all intents and purposes, going to look exactly the same. And that is the extent of the entire exterior project at this time. And when I say at this time, there's no other plans for the exterior of the building. We will come back at some point and probably do some fence work on the exterior patio there where the old septic system was, but I will return to you before we do any of that. And that will just be some plantings more than likely.
Okay. Any questions from the board here on this application?
Are the
I have a
stairs-
question. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
You
Amy.
go ahead.
Please.
Are the stairs and railings going to stay the same, or are they going to change, or?
We do not have any plans at this time to change that at all. We are not under the, and I've discussed this with Tom numerous times. We, you know, that building is a pre-existing non-conforming when it went, if you're referring to ADA compliance, and there's really no practical way to do that. That would make sense. A ramp would be out into the parking lot or out on Main Street. It, you know, it obviously doesn't serve the purpose. So the answer is no. We're gonna keep everything, like I said, for all intents and purposes, the only exterior change are what I described.
So Bob, then essentially units 1 and 2 would sort of be combined. In other words, interior space. It'll be like one store, right? Am I correct?
Well, all 4 are actually going to be combined. We're going to it's going to function as one, you know, large space as opposed to 4 individual spaces. Interestingly enough, way back in the day when I first purchased that property, which was in '94, units 2, 3, and 4 were combined at that time. It was a real estate office way back in the day.
Oh,
and then it morphed over the years, and it's gone back and forth a few times, which is under the guidance of the village building department, and it's all, you know, allowable that way.
Thank you. Tom Parado, what is your input on this application?
Thanks again, Robert. No, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay,
You know, we're discussing, you know, there's permits a demo and a rebuild for inside. And as far as the, you know, fenestration and the doors, it looks pretty compliant. There's no specific size on the windows. Of course, the doors have to serve as an egress, but I believe it to be compliant.
okay. And Billy Hayjack, your input?
In terms of design, I don't have any questions. What I'm trying to read the elevation plan though, and it's not. Is the vestibule area for unit 1? Is the vestibule basically being converted into interior space, or I'm having a hard time?
No, Billy.
The
In other
vestibule
words,
space,
when you're calling the vestibule, you mean when you come up the steps, what I would call the landing area there? No, it's going to be, no, the answer is no to that. We are not expanding the footprint of the building, no. It's so the existing wall is where the doors are going to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's hard to tell from it's hard to tell from the.
I understand, but the interior dimensions are going to remain as such.
Yeah. Okay. All right, yeah, I have no questions.
Okay. Any other questions from any board members? Anne, any questions from anyone? We okay?
So in, I guess it's 3 and 4, the doors inside the vestibule are staying intact, Rob, or?
Correct.
Okay.
That is correct, Dominic, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're being replaced as windows, but yes, 4 is remaining as a door.
Oh, so the door is getting removed from, the stairs are staying, but there's not going to be a door in 3? Is that correct? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, correct.
Is that correct? Okay. So the door for 4 will remain. Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll give you a second access out of the
Correct.
single space. Okay.
Which is compliant with what we've discussed with Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, the travel distance is, you know, no greater than 75 feet. So it is compliant with state code.
Okay. Great. Thank you, Tom. Any other questions from any board members here? Any other concerns? Okay. If not, then I would entertain a motion to approve this application. Do I have that motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
You will second.
Second. Oh,
Thank you, Cheryl. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Barbara Tini, thank you. And
Thank you always, every one of you. I appreciate it. And I think you're going to be very happy when we complete this come springtime. And I'm looking forward to it. So thank you again, and everybody have a good week. Thank you.
okay, yes, thank you. Are there any other additional items, Pam, anything that needs to be brought before the board here?
Nothing else.
Okay, if there are no other questions, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a
I'll make the
motion.
motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Amy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you at the next meeting, and have a great day. Thank you.
You too.
You too.
Robert.
Thank you all.
Okay.
Thank you all.